is so good. Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're talking about my everyday carry for 2023. Now, in case you aren't familiar with the terms EDC or everyday carry, it's basically the items that you carry with you every single day. Now, I personally love this type of content. I've made numerous variations of this video on my channel over the past few years. Something about it is just super interesting to me to see what other people carry with them on a daily basis. What's so important? How do they use them? I could seriously sit here and watch this type of content all day long. So I'm really excited to share with you guys my EDC for 2023. And speaking of that, it is the first day of the new year. I'm really happy that you guys decided to start this new year by watching some of my content. It really does mean the world. So happy New Year's to you guys. Let's crush this year. I think you guys are gonna enjoy this video. If you do, be sure to drop this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. It really does help me out. But enough chit chat. Let's go ahead and talk about the first item that's in my everyday carry. Now, first item up is the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now, this is probably my favorite iPhone that I have personally ever had. And I am one of those types of people that upgrades iPhones every single year. And this year, making the jump to the 14 Pro Max, the easiest decision for me was the camera in these, especially in this day and age where TikTok has changed the game, where so much user-generated content or iPhone footage, photos are out there now. Having a camera that I can do pretty much anything I need to in a pinch in my pocket is an absolute necessity for being a content creator. Now, I personally went with this space black color. You can never go wrong with black on black. And then also, I like the Pro Max size because I like the larger screen real estate. Between how much content I'm creating with this phone, between filming videos, shooting photos, editing photos in Lightroom, consuming content, emails, responding to DMs, doing stuff in YouTube Studio, I've never been more happy with a phone in my life. Now, am I saying this is perfect and there's no room for improvement? No, absolutely not. But overall, in the grand scheme of things, this is my favorite iPhone I've personally ever used. And the pros really outweigh the cons. And there's really no contest here. This is one of the best pieces of tech for content creators out there. I actually dropped a full day in the life video using this iPhone as a content creator. And it's honestly one of my favorite videos I've ever made on this channel. So definitely recommend you guys go checking that out if you haven't yet. Next up, we have the Airpods Pro Generation 2. Between phone calls, listening to podcasts, listening to music while I'm working out, commuting to work, editing videos, consuming content, traveling, flying, whatever I'm doing, I would say at least 90% of the time I'm using AirPods. I wasn't the biggest fan of the previous Pro generation. Between the battery life, the noise cancellation wasn't quite as good. These I have very few complaints about. The noise cancellation is so good, especially if you're someone like myself who travels often and you want that noise cancellation, especially when you're flying. These are small, compact, they sound amazing, and the noise cancellation is so good, but these are by far my favorite AirPods they've ever made. Highly recommend. Now, next item up in my everyday carry is actually right here on my wrist. It is the Apple Watch. Now, this is actually the Generation 4 or the Series 4 as Apple calls it. I love my Apple Watch. Between tracking my workouts, counting my steps, and just getting all the notifications on my wrist, and I can choose when I get them and when I can't, is super helpful. Again, being a content creator and in the creative space, I find it super helpful, especially on shoot days when I don't really have my phone on me, or maybe I have meetings all day long and I need to just glance at my wrist instead of point out my phone in whatever situation. I found the Apple Watch to be super helpful. Obviously, this model is from a few years back, and I would actually love to upgrade. I was hoping this year would do it for me. But as far as the normal Apple Watch line goes, there's really nothing new that I feel like I need out of my watch. And then the Apple Watch Ultra just wasn't for me. So for now, I'm gonna pass, and the Apple Watch Series 4 is honestly a great watch, and I'm wearing this thing, I would say, at least 5 days a week. Now, that was a couple Apple related ones to start us off. This entire video is not gonna just be Apple products. Let's do a couple fun ones, shall we? Now, next up is Ghost Energy, and today's flavor is the Cherry Limeade. Now, this is not sponsored by any means. In case you guys did or didn't know, I actually work for Ghost, and I help lead the content team over there. And I personally just take a lot of pride in my work, and it's the first time in my life I've worked for a company that I truly believe in the products and use them so much. And if you guys are familiar with me and my channel, or especially if you follow me around Instagram, it's no joke, I drink one of these every single day. 200 milligrams of caffeine, and it comes from green coffee beans, so it's a healthy amount of caffeine and a healthy source of caffeine. It has amazing focus ingredients, which obviously I love when I'm creating content. 0 sugars, and comes in at about 10 calories. This is an everyday staple for me, and like I said, I take a lot of pride in my work and the companies that I associate and work for. And I'll have a link to them down in the description below, as well as everything else in this video if you want to pick any up for yourself. And I'm telling you, this Cherry Limeade, top 2, and I don't know if it's 2. Next up is actually on that shelf right there. Next up, we have the Jordan 1 High Lost and Found. Now, it is no surprise that I am large into sneakers. Again, if you're familiar with this channel and over on all my other socials, I post about sneakers pretty much as I do anything else. Sneakers have always been a huge part of my life going back to my childhood. One of my favorite stories is my mom told me that when I was a baby, I would cry at night if she took off my shoes. So I usually slept with my shoes on. So this is ingrained in my DNA at this point. And I have a huge shoe collection, which is a must requested video and it's definitely coming soon. So stay tuned for that. But everyone in the sneaker culture knows how important the Chicago Jordan 1 colorway is to the sneaker game. And especially now living in Chicago, it was only right. And this Lost and Found variation is one of the most beautiful shoes I honestly have ever witnessed. I'm so excited to add these to my collection. Now, one of my big goals for 22 was to really embrace who I am and make that just apparent and known within my content. And I think I did it perfectly. I'm into sneakers and kicks and all that kind of stuff just as much as I am tech, camera gear, and all that kind of stuff. And I think for a long time I was afraid to mix the two because on paper it doesn't necessarily make sense, but it's truly who I am. And as much content I've made over the past year, embracing the two and mixing the two, talking about the two, the support has been off the charts. And I just want to say a quick shout out to all you guys for supporting me and just making me feel comfortable talking about who I really am and what things I'm really into. Plus, 6 shoes just make everything look better. So I thought it was fitting to include a pair of shoes in my everyday carry for 2023. And if I had to pick any silhouette in the world to wear every single day, it would be the Jordan 1 High. And I'm going to wear these a ton this year. Next up, we have the iPad Mini 6. But the iPads have always been a polarizing product for me. They sound really cool, they look really cool, they're fun to use. But whenever I purchase them, I don't actually always use them as much as I want to, especially after like a month or two, they kind of end up just laying around. But I've had this iPad now for over a year, and it's by far the most I've ever used an iPad. I think it's because I've realized what my actual use out of it is. I'm not trying to replace my phone. I'm definitely not trying to replace my MacBook. And to me, it's a perfect hybrid between the two, much more than some of the larger iPads, at least right now. I mostly use it for consuming content around here in my office or in my apartment. But then from a content standpoint, it's my shot list. It's my idea board. It's where I keep track of all my items, all my video ideas, so on and so forth. And it helps keep me organized when I'm creating content or whenever I'm planning out my content. iPad Mini. I love this thing. Now, next up is my Bellroy Wallet. This is actually an item that has not changed since last year. Actually, in the past 10 years, I've only owned 2 wallets, and it's this exact thing, just in 2 different colors. Shout out to my girlfriend for upgrading me to the black one last year. But I like the size of this thing. I personally never carry cash anymore, so I just like to have a small wallet that doesn't take up much room and can carry various cards. Now, a quick little overview of this wallet is it has 2 card sleeves on the outside for kind of your quick everyday access things. That is going to be my ID and then also my everyday American Express card. Then it has this nice little tab you pull and it pulls up the inside. A debit card, my train card for downtown Chicago, backup card, insurance, a Polaroid, and then the ever so important Costco card. Oh, and my business American Express card. Next up, we have the Anker MagSafe battery pack. Now, I've talked about this in numerous videos before, and I still have yet to find a better option out there. So if you guys know of one, drop it down in the comments below. Now, in case you guys didn't know, this thing is MagSafe. So all it does is it magnetically connects to the back of your iPhone, starts charging it right away, just like that. Now, this has a larger capacity than the Apple version one. And then also what I like about it is it has this little kickstand, and then it props up your phone. So you can watch stuff on an airplane, FaceTime, be on a conference call, whatever you have to do. And to me, this is just the best iPhone MagSafe product I've been able to find yet. Next item up is a content creator's best friend, and that is the Apple SD card reader. Now, this is one of my secret sauce items that I must have with me every single day. I have one that stays in my backpack, one in my truck, one here at my desk, one at my work desk. You never know when you're in a pinch and you need to shoot some photos on a full frame normal camera and upload it quickly to your iPhone to be able to edit some photos real quick in Lightroom. In case you guys didn't know, every single photo that I post on my story, I would say 99.999% of the time goes through Lightroom first. And a majority of those photos also are shot on an actual camera. And my secret of doing that so quickly is using this SD card reader. So I snap some photos on my FX3 or Sony a7 IV. I take out the SD card, I plug it straight into my iPhone, upload them into Lightroom, throw on a couple of my Lightroom presets available in my online shop, linked in bio. Quick plug. Also new Lightroom presets dropping very soon, so stay tuned for that. Edit those photos real quick, and then I get them up on socials extremely fast. Quick and simple. This thing is a lifesaver for me. It saves me so much time. And honestly, in the content creation world, having high quality things quickly is kind of the name of the game. All right, guys, so that is my everyday carry for 2023. And these are the items that honestly are essential for me on a daily basis in both my personal life and also in my creative workflow. As I mentioned, everything I talked about in today's video will be linked down in the description below if you guys want to pick anything up for yourself. 2023 is going to be a special year for this channel, and you guys do not want to miss any future uploads. So guys, it is a new year with a fresh start to kind of chase these goals that we all have. So I just want to thank you guys for all the continued support over the years. So cheers to another year of creating content and trying to improve and get better along the way. If you guys aren't already, be sure to go follow me over on my other socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what your guys' one essential item is in your everyday carry that you cannot leave the house without. And while you guys are down there, be sure to drop this video a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. It truly does help me out, and we are going to have a ton of cool content coming to the channel very, very soon, and some new things that I'm excited to kind of try out and see how you guys like it. But guys, this is going to be it for me. I will catch you in the next video very, very soon. Peace, guys.